Okay.
To begin our discussion, I think we should identify where we were born and where we were raised. I was born in Morgan County, and I lived in a neighborhood where there was a very sparse people living, so we're pretty much on our own. I was born, I was trying to figure out how I was going to tell this, but I was born in 25, and we're going to hit some of the happenings in the family from 25 on up to the present time. And I had the privilege of teaching Katie when she was a little squirt, and she was always very easy to teach. And she liked to take a walk with me late in the afternoon when the stars and everything came out, and she was always talking about how beautiful the stars were. And she knew more about it than I did. I'm going to tell a story. In the summertime, we did most of our work was done in the summertime. We did a lot of hay hauling, we had cattle, and we had to put it up in the barn loft because we didn't have hay balers at that time. Mm-hmm. It was just forked out open. And my dad would stack it on the wagon, and my older brother and I would throw it up to him on the wagon, and he would stack it. And he was a master stacker. He'd get it so high it was frightening. We couldn't throw it up to him with a pitchfork. And we get so hot, and we never thought about carrying water with us. But we had to haul it about a mile on a dirt road. And we were always thirsty. First thing we did was stop the wagon, and we slid off of the hay. We liked to do that. We didn't break our leg, but we could have. But we were ready. We had a great country well. It was a dug well and bricked up and had a concrete slab across the top. And Grandma Neesmith, our neighbor, always grew gourds. She had them every year, and she gave all the kids in the neighborhood a gourd. And she gave me one, and she cut a hole out in the end of the gourd for us to drink from. But being a small kid, I didn't want to drink out of that hole. I cut the end out of the handle, and then I turned it up and drank it through the handle. My brother, who was 2 or 3 years older than me, saw me doing that, and he didn't like it. Made him mad to see me do that. And he grabbed it out of my hand and hit me over the head with it and bursted it into 1,000 pieces. And boy, did that make me mad. I was fixing to light into it, and he started running to get away. And I happened to look down and see a little rock about the size of an egg, and he had to make a turn in the yard where we lived. And when he made the turn, I threw the rock at him and hit him on the tender spot in his heel string area and knocked him out. I thought, my God, I've killed him. It just knocked him totally out. It paralyzed him. And my dad and mother had a big to-do about it. They came down and finally got him awake, and he stood up and he was okay. But they cut off a little limb off of a peach tree that was in the orchard and gave me a pretty good thrashing, but they never did anything to him.
That's funny.
Are we coming along okay?
It's going great. I'm just gonna